Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Missy Misdemeanor Elliott is an American artist who has pushed the boundaries of hip-hop throughout her entire career. Not only is she iconic for her singing and rapping, she is also a songwriter and producer who has strived for full creative control over her art. The winner of 4 Grammys, she has sold over 30 million records in the US alone, whilst also being the first female rapper to be inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame. Born as Melissa Arnett Elliott on July 1st, 1971, Missy Elliott was an only child growing up in Portsmouth, Virginia. Her childhood was turbulent and troubled. Although she was an exceptionally bright child, advancing 2 grades above her age, she was concerned that no one would take her seriously due to always being the class clown. This period of her life, though, she found solace in her school friendships, even purposely failing her test so she could be returned to her original class with her classmates. Her home life, however, was very different. Her father, who was a Marine, would often beat her mother to the point that Elliott begged her mother to flee. Not only was she experiencing domestic abuse from her father, but Elliott was also raped by her older cousin when she was just 8 years old, an experience that mentally affected her throughout her life. She would use her religious beliefs to cope with her depression. Her mother was also an inspiration for her strength. After escaping the clutches of Elliott's father, Elliott and her mother began a life together and realized how strong her mother truly was, something that would always influence Elliott. A year after graduating high school, she joined the female R&B group named Sister and worked with her childhood friend and fellow producer Timothy Mosley, also known as Timbaland. Sister collaborated with Timbaland to create demo tapes of their music and was soon signed to label Swing Mob Records. Because of this, she moved to New York to begin her career in music, but the label failed before they could even release their first album. On the back of the failed label release, Sister split up and Elliott made her way in the music world, writing and producing. She worked with acts like Aaliyah, Raven-Symoné, and Sean Puffy Combs, and produced alongside Timbaland, often contributing guest raps. Her prolific songwriting efforts were brought to the attention of the CEO of Elektra Entertainment Group, who offered Elliott the opportunity to create her own label, Goldmind. This allowed Elliott to release her debut album throughout her own label as part of Elektra. Titled Super Duper Fly, she released the album in 1997 and would gain immediate success, becoming Rap Artist of the Year in Rolling Stones, while the album itself went platinum. She didn't stop with her solo success. Instead, she continued co-writing and contributed to the Whitney Houston's album My Love Is Your Love and Spice Girls' Mel B's #1 UK hit I Want You Back. Elliott stood out in the industry. Dominating her own artistic path, she spread the message that women are equal to men, especially in the music industry. Her visual presence became just as important to her sonic landscape. The music videos she created with director Harold Hype Williams were innovative and revolutionary to the hip-hop scene at this time. Elliott has been a prominent figure in the music industry, especially within her hip-hop. Her songs were shaped around themes that had not really been explored before, focusing on feminism, body positivity, sex positivity, and gender equality. She would have a major influence in R&B and hip-hop. Refusing to be constrained to one genre, she paved the way for female rappers, which is why she holds the title as the best-selling female rap artist in the US. The Real World was her next release in 1999 and experimented with darker sounds, stating that this was her way of expressing herself as a strong woman in power. Along with her third album, Miss E So Addictive, it went platinum. Her third album produced Get Your Freak On, which was a huge commercial success, taking the #7 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. It was based on Bhangra, which is a music and dance form from the Punjab in the state of India that Timbaland was inspired by on his travels. It also earned Elliott her first Grammy in 2002 for Best R&B Song, breaking the mold of hip-hop music. Her following album, Under Construction, broke record sales for female-led rap album, featuring several artists such as Beyoncé and Jay-Z. While she was working on her fifth album, This Is Not a Test, she also remixed Madonna's track American Life, performing at MTV Video Music Awards with Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera. The Cookbook would be her 6th studio album and only established her career even further. It received 5 Grammy nominations, including Best Rap Album. Lose Control was the lead single from the album. While being nominated for Best Rap Song, it also won a Grammy for Best Short Form Video. A few years after this release, Elliott was diagnosed with Graves' disease, an autoimmune disease that affects the thyroid glands. With multiple symptoms such as muscle weakness, insomnia, and severe spasms, she couldn't even write lyrics. Elliott retreated from the spotlight to learn how to cope with her illness. And as she began to recover, she continued her co-writing and producing with the likes of Jennifer Hudson, while appearing on collaborations with artists such as Katy Perry, Little Mix, Demi Lovato, and Eve. Her collaboration on Without Me with Kelly Rowland and Fantasia even earned her a Grammy nomination. In 2015, she played a major part in Katy Perry's Super Bowl halftime show, featuring Elliott's songs Lose Control, Get Your Freak On, and Work It. It became the most viewed Super Bowl show in history, with 118.5 million people tuning in the US. Later that year, she worked with Pharrell on her track WTF, which became certified gold in the US. In addition to this, she was awarded an honorary doctorate from the Berklee College of Music in May 2019. And alongside collaborating on Lizzo's well-known track Uptempo, she was also working on her first new release in 14 years. Elliott's latest EP, Iconology, was released in August 2019 and experimented in a handful of genres such as pop, hip-hop, and R&B, reflecting on her past styles. Missy Elliott has been a pioneer for hip-hop and R&B music. She has empowered creativity in the industry, refusing to be put in a box, and in doing so, she has questioned what it is to be an artist in the industry with her innovative ideas. Not only musically, but visually, she has also pushed the boundaries, reinventing herself, while always staying true to who she is. And her collaborations have been plentiful. Because of this, she has honed in on her craft while inspiring others along the way. Influencing major artists and fans alike, she has revolutionized what it means to be a Black female in the music industry. You can check out the Carliv Spotify to listen to the original tracks of the artist. It's a curated playlist with the most popular songs.